So teleophthalmology is basically the practice of ophthalmology in real time virtually with a patient that is not in the same space, physical space with you. This was practiced, launched into the forefront basically during COVID. But for many of us, including us at Rutgers University, have been practicing teleophthalmology for some time prior to COVID. What happened with COVID, with the shutdowns was it forced many of us to basically, that was the only way you could actually see patients. What's unique about teleophthalmology is that a lot of the technologies that we use in the eye are image-based and are very objective, meaning there's data that is generated during the encounter that lend the technology really well to telemedicine. So, for example, when we check vision, in a ratio, a number is generated. So if you have a way to check vision remotely, you can be very objective in your assessment. Now, during COVID, we were forced to do this. Now, was the technology ready for like prime time? I don't think a lot of the technologies were geared in that regard. So, for the most part, during the pandemic, we were talking to patients to make sure they were using their medications. There were a lot of hybrid models where patients would come in through a drive-through clinic, where we would basically just check their eye pressure, for example, and then talk to the patient and adjust their medications accordingly. So we were forced to do it. I don't think a lot of us were ready to do it. A lot of the places were just basically FaceTiming, like you and I now, which was not really hard science ophthalmology. But for a lot of other places where we've been practicing teleophthalmology for a long time, like at the VA, for example, within the VA medical system, and at a lot of academic sites, we had our preset protocols for teleophthalmology, and those actually worked well during the pandemic, where we could not just talk to the patient, but also perform some aspects of the physical examination and relay the data to the patient directly.